Nell.
Wait, Dad.
Wait up a moment.
Dad, I'm late.
You're not late.
Well, I'm gonna be.
Just stop, all right?
What is it?
Just this.
Can I go now?
I love you, sweetie.
And I love you too, Dad, but I can't...
I just want you to know it. Because I appreciate you coming home like you did.
Not a lot of reason not to, things being what they were.
Still, you did it, and I'm thankful.
You're welcome.
But I think it's time for you to go back to the city.
Dad...
Back to the city and get on with your life. You're 24. You're a college graduate. You have opportunities.
You are completely stuck in the past if you think either of those things mean I have opportunities.
But you can't stay around here hanging out with the old man. I'm fine now. I'm not sick anymore, and I got a hat full of anti-COVID antibodies working for me. I'm fine.
Did you have to take a nap after walking up the stairs yesterday?
I was tired. What? I can't get tired?
Look, I love you, and I appreciate what you're trying to say.
Don't push me away on this.
But in the city, I couldn't be 6 inches away from another human being, unless I was in the bathroom. My job was stupid, nobody was hiring, and COVID had pretty much killed my social life.
What about that Kyle boy?
Part of our agreement is we do not discuss my social life.
He seemed nice.
He was very nice. It's just his idea of a weekend was to smoke 3 bowls and then sleep until Sunday night.
Well, we all have to relax.
Goodbye, Dad.
You need anything while you're at work? I'll be going out later.
No, I don't need anything. And if you go out, wear a mask.
Oh, I always wear a mask.
Wear it over your mouth and nose this time, please.
Nellie, I got these antibodies.
Please.
Oh, fine.
Love you, Dad. Back at 6.
Love you too, Nellie. Flirt with the customers with nice shoes. They got money.
Thanks.
This is Lima, Quebec, Romeo 449. Yes? No change, but I want to keep watching her, okay?
Hey, dude, I'm late for work. Can it wait?
Yeah, sure. But I'm,
Dean, you trailed off again.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Nell. I just, could you come over after your shift?
Is everything okay?
Just come over, if you could.
Yeah, of course. I'm off at 6.
I guess, yeah.
Dean?
It's okay, just come.
Just when things couldn't get worse.
Your ID is positive, right?
Absolutely. That's her.
And was that the signal?
Yeah. Let's move.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey, come in. You, want something? I got beer.
Ugh, a beer would be heavenly. Unless you have something stronger.
There's a bottle of something in the pantry, but I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Ooh, mystery booze?
There's a palm tree on the label.
Pass then. Never trust anything mysterious and tropical.
You sound like you're speaking from experience. Cheers.
Cheers. And I confess to nothing.
No mysterious tropical men in your past?
Knew a guy from Guam once.
That's pretty exotic.
He was a missionary kid named Brad. Redheaded and paler than you.
That's pretty pale.
Yeah, don't know how he grew up in Guam without exploding. So, what's up?
Oh, nothing.
You asked me to come down after my shift.
I can't ask a friend to come over for a beer?
Of course you can. I just worry about you. You're stuck at home, can't go anywhere. All your plans after high school in the toilet.
You do realize everything you just said also applies to you, right?
Well, duh. But when I focus on you, it's sympathy. When I focus on me, it's self-pity. I hate self-pity.
I sympathize.
Dad was acting weird again this morning.
Weird how?
Kissing me on the forehead, telling me he loved me.
Wow, get the straitjacket.
You know what I mean. That's not like him. He was always gruff but lovable, not kumbaya.
Well, maybe he's feeling his mortality. COVID knocks you through a loop, I hear.
How many cases in the county?
Dad said we jumped 4 this week. 106?
I knew the high school shouldn't have played that football game.
Dad says we're still doing okay per capita.
Is he being safe?
Of course he's being safe. He's a doctor.
Yeah, but you know what they say. Doctors are always sick.
I have never heard a living soul say that. Except for you, just now.
No, I'm sure I read it on a bar coaster once.
You're funny.
Yeah. F. Scott Fitzgerald.
What?
F. Scott Fitzgerald. He coined the phrase lost generation, right?
Sounds about right.
That's what we are. The lost generation.
Wasn't he writing about flappers?
No? Did you even pass Mr. Schmidt's AP English?
Of course I did. After you wrote that paper for me, remember?
I did not write that paper for you.
No, you just leaned over my shoulder and told me what to type.
But I didn't write it. And the lost generation refers to aimless wandering after World War II.
World War I, you mean?
Yeah, right.
So, how are we a lost generation? Are we wandering aimlessly after surviving a massive human tragedy? Oh man, when I say it out loud like that.
I know, right? Only difference is we don't party away the night in the Hamptons. We have cheap beer in a friend's living room, CNN on the TV with the sound down.
Sound on CNN is depressing. They're always so earnest about everything.
Dean? Seriously, why'd you call?
No reason.
It didn't sound that way on the phone. It definitely sounded like there was a reason.
Maybe I just wanted your fine company.
Maybe.
Fine. I'm not sure.
Not sure about what?
Not sure about how much I can tell you.
What's going on?
You know, I always really envied you. Going away to college like that.
Well, it's not exactly difficult. Most of us did it. And you could have gone. You got your acceptance up from the U, right?
I couldn't have gone.
Why not?
Because, look, Nell, I'm not what you think I am.
What do you mean?
It's weird. My dad and we never really fit in here, you know?
Is this the same crap we used to talk about in high school?
No, sort of.
Dean, I keep telling you, the people in this town who make you feel like an outsider do it because they don't have anything else going. Their greatest achievement in life is being born here and then enduring it.
Yes, you've said that. I intimidate them.
You do. You really do. Anybody with a brain does. Look, you can't worry about other people, especially other people from here.
Who I worry about is my dad. He wants out.
Get in line.
I'm serious. We have to get out.
Then do it.
Not that simple.
Yeah, it is. He's a doctor. He can work anywhere. You still have your acceptance from the U. Go. Now.
I wish I could tell you the truth.
What do you mean?
Just that I...
Dean? Dean, what's wrong? Dean, talk to me. Dean, what is wrong? Is that... What is that? Is that your phone?
Proximity.
What?
The bird can't fly far from the nest.
What the hell are you talking about? You're really scaring me.
Don't answer it.
What?
Don't answer the phone.
Dean?
Don't answer it.
Hello?
Get down!
Ah!
Keep your head down.
What was that? Is someone shooting at us?
Wait here.
Dean? Dean, where are you going? Dean! Dean, wait! Stop! Stop! Are you insane? Someone's shooting at us so you take after them?
What?
Dean! Dean, look at me! Are you all right?
You have to come with me.
Where?
You have to come with me to the Undermill.
The what? Wait, do you mean those tunnels under the old mill?
Yes! Come on!
We haven't been down there since we were kids. It's filthy.
We need to go now. He's in trouble.
Who? What are you talking about?
My dad. He's in trouble. I just know it. Would you come with me? Please? It was around here somewhere, wasn't it?
You're not gonna tell me what this is about, are you?
Yeah, here it is. Wow, this hatch is a lot smaller than I remember.
I'm not going down into that filthy tunnel until you tell me what the hell is going on.
I'll tell you, but we need to get out of sight first.
Fine, let's go.
I'll go first.
No, you won't. You'll fall and break your neck. I don't suppose you remembered a flashlight?
Phones?
They'll have to do. Shine yours down here. I want to see my impending doom. Okay, well, I'm happy to see it's actually dirtier than I remember.
Again, I can go first.
Nah, I'm down here already. Don't worry about it. Okay, if I remember right... Yeah, there's a little drop and then a step. Okay, I'm down. Let me shine my light. You see it?
Yeah, I'm good. Just keep shining your light.
Okay.
Having fun?
I am now.
Well, help me out.
That's all I ever do, babe. Okay, I have come to the Undermill with you. And there were promises made about information, telling me what the hell this is all about.
Yeah.
Dean, are you listening to me?
I am. I'm just... This is tough. Okay?
I understand. Now, where are we going?
This way.
So,
you know how we always talk about being outsiders? Feeling left out and like that?
of course.
Well, for my dad and I, it's different. I mean, we are outsiders, just more so.
What do you mean?
My dad and I mean, have a big problem.
You said, yeah. Dean?
Do you remember when we used to sneak down here when we were kids?
Dean, you said you have a problem?
Just work with me, please. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. It's a good place to hide out. Someone stole a bottle of booze from their parents or had some weed.
Or needed a place to make out?
No.
What?
We never made out down here. No one I know ever made out down here.
Of course we never made out.
I beg your pardon?
No, I mean...
If you find me so abhorrent, sir, you might at least have the decency to keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh yeah, I remember that voice. Lady Winterbottom. That was like your bit, wasn't it?
Gentlemen would never say such things. I'd forgotten about her. I was big into Regency romances. Thought it was funny.
It was.
Well, not to anyone but you. Everyone else told lame jokes that you were supposed to laugh at because they were your friend, not because they were funny.
It wasn't all bad, was it?
Growing up here? No, not exactly. I mean, it was a really good launching pad. Staying away from here was a pretty powerful motivator. I would have made it too. I'd already had the whole crap apartment, crap job thing. I was ready to hunker down and show the world how tough I was. Outlast the bad times, see my way through to the good. I didn't even mind the bad times, really. Really made you appreciate a cheap bottle of wine. Or Netflix and chill.
What?
I didn't leave town for a nunnery, Dean.
Sorry, I just... yeah. It's hard to picture you like that.
Well then, please don't. Picture me. Ever.
Sorry. Then your dad got sick. That's why you came home?
The world got sick. I had a barista gig and we were shut down. My 3 roommates all lost their jobs too. Legally, we couldn't be evicted, not during the pandemic, but the landlord used to come around and give us these looks. And our shower broke and he refused to fix it. One by one, we all said, this is not worth it, and took off.
But you came home for your dad, right? To help him.
Sure. Yeah, that was part of it. You really love your dad, don't you?
I still need him. I'm gonna need him for a while.
Dean, why are we here? Is your dad down here?
I hope so.
You don't know.
Not 100%. I know he's not at the hospital because I called there. And of course, he's not at home.
And you're hiding out from the drug cartels down in these tunnels.
What? Drug cartels?
Wild guess. Not accurate?
Of course not.
Sorry, but when I consider you were shot at in your living room, it kind of limits my choices as to what exactly is going on here. And since you're not telling me, I guess I have to...
I'll tell you. I promise.
And since you're not, as of yet, telling me, I have to make things up as I go along. Drug cartels are about the only thing that makes sense.
It makes no sense.
Which is something I probably could have worked out myself if I had more information. Dean, for real, you get shot at, insist on coming down into these old tunnels to find your dad when it sure doesn't look like anyone's been down here for years. And that doesn't even cover the weird trance you went into back at your place. Now, you said you needed my help. I can't help if I don't know why you're here.
Okay.
This is the part where you tell me why we're here?
I never wanted to tell you these things. You seem like a really nice human, a nice girl. I didn't want your life to be adversely affected by my problems. But now, you have to understand that the whole world is different from what you think. Everything you think of as normal isn't. There's more going on in this little town than you can possibly imagine.
Well, if I can't imagine it, then I need you to tell me about it, won't I?
Right. You've been very patient. Now, we're looking for my father down in these tunnels because meeting here was our emergency plan. If certain things happened, I was supposed to meet him down here so that we could escape together.
Escape from what?
Those that mean us harm. That's why I wanted you along. They'll be less likely to do anything drastic with a witness. You're human. They can't risk a war.
Okay, let's come back to that last statement, but for now, why do you keep calling me human, Dean? What else would I be? Are there other options?
We have to keep moving. It's not safe.
I'm not sure it's safe staying around you.
Please, no. Please.
Okay, but you have to promise me, no surprises.
I promise. Nothing too weird should happen from here on in.
What was that?
I
don't like this, Dean. We have to do something.
We do. Yes.
Okay, so what do we do?
I'm thinking.
Dean?
Okay, I've got a plan.
Okay.
Get ready.
I'm ready. What do we do?
Run!
This has been Danger North. Escape from Earth, Episode 1, Descent into Danger, from the Icebox Radio Theater. Previously on Danger North, Escape from Earth.
Because I appreciate you coming home like you did.
Not a lot of reason not to, things being what they were.
Could you come over after your shift?
Is everything okay? What was that? Is someone shooting at us?
You have to come with me.
Where?
You have to come with me to the Undermill.
Oh, wait, do you mean those tunnels under the old mill? What was that?
And now, we return to the mysterious tunnel where Nell and Dean must face the creature in the darkness on Danger North.
That was your plan? Run?
I panicked, okay?
What the hell is that thing?
It's hard to explain. Just come on.
Where are we going?
This way.
Dean?
Trust me. It's just a little bit further.
What is?
Ledge.
Thanks for the warning. Can that thing climb down here?
but not quickly. Come on. This way.
Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Ow! Stop it!
What have you gotten me into?
Stop hitting me!
No!
Now, jeez, you're wearing rings.
Fine. But you are explaining this to me.
Okay, but we have to keep moving.
And explaining why you know these tunnels so well.
We used to hang out down here, remember?
Not here, we didn't. Those tunnels were creepy and old and kind of fun. This is... I don't know what this is.
A service tunnel.
How do you even know that?
There's a sign right there. It says service tunnel.
Okay, I'll calm down.
I know this is a lot.
Yes, exactly. It is a lot. I have been shot at, chased by monsters, and now I'm in a service tunnel, and I don't know why.
Why what?
Why any of it? Can you please explain to me what's going on?
Yes, but we need to keep moving. They're going to catch up soon. I think if we follow this tunnel, we'll come to a main hub. There should be someone there that can help me find my dad. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You've gotten awfully quiet.
I'm trying to process all of this.
Do you have questions?
Of course I have questions. What do you think?
I know. I mean, I assumed. That's kind of why your eerie stillness now is very frightening.
Not as frightening as being chased by those animals.
No.
They didn't make sense. Those animals. Like, the size of a wolf, only...
Insectival?
What?
Insectival. It's an adjective. It means insect-like.
Well, then why didn't you just say insect-like?
My vocabulary tends to get in the way.
Yeah, especially with made-up words.
It's not made up.
We're not talking about this.
You started it.
No, I mean, we're not talking about words. We're talking about the giant insect monsters that apparently live down here in these tunnels, which I thought were abandoned, but are very clearly being used by persons unknown. A fact that you did not bother telling me before dragging me into the middle of it all.
I'm sorry?
Just, seriously, Dean. I appreciate that you want to find your dad, and I want to help, but I need to know what the heck is going on.
Okay, but you have to agree to let me leave some things out.
Why?
Why do you have to agree?
Do not try and sidetrack me with syntax. You know what I mean. Why can't you just tell me what's going on?
Because I could be executed for that.
I beg your pardon?
I could be executed. Seriously. I'd get a trial first, of course, in front of a council of elders, but it is possible if I told you everything about what's going on, I could be... Yeah.
Are you part of a cult?
No.
Then who are the Council of Elders?
They're a government body. From where I come from.
I thought you came from Ohio.
That was just my cover story.
Ugh, why, oh why did I just know you were going to use the phrase cover story?
It was necessary.
Of course it was. Otherwise the Council of Elders would find you.
Oh, they know where we are.
Oh, my mistake. I suppose your dad's in danger of execution too?
No, just jail time.
What?
If I told you too much, Dad would just get jail time. I'd be executed. Possibly.
Dean, seriously, is your family in a cult?
I told you, no.
Is your dad a spy from the Supreme Leader and you're gonna get in your flying saucer and zoom away?
No. I mean, wait, what?
What?
Why did you say that? Why did you say that about zooming away in a... you know.
You're genuinely freaked out by that, aren't you?
No? Would you please stop looking at me like that?
No, I don't think I will. Dean, you're either crazy or...
Or what?
Or I am, I guess. Tell me more about the tunnels.
What?
I can't focus on you right now, so tell me about these tunnels. They used to be abandoned, now they're very clearly been taken over by somebody.
Yes.
They've been cleaned up, lights have been installed.
Yes.
So who did all that?
I can't tell you.
Ah.
Okay. A coalition.
A coalition of what?
Interested parties?
All right. And what do these interested parties want?
To gather information about this place. That's all we're doing, gathering information.
And by this place, do you mean Minnesota?
Partially.
The U.S.?
Yeah, partially.
Planet Earth? Dean? I knew it.
What do you mean?
You're intergalactic spies.
You're funny.
All right, tell me more about the tunnels.
You're not going to ask me more about being an intergalactic spy?
No.
Why do I find that so concerning?
The tunnels, Dean. You said a coalition took them over?
Yes.
And their purpose was to study us Earthlings? Okay, we'll come back to that. Tell me, when they took over these tunnels, was it with the permission of the owners?
I really don't know. My dad handled that.
So your dad's an authority around here?
No, I mean, it was adult stuff. He and I never talked about it.
So you're basically admitting that your dad's a spy, but you're telling me he brought you along on his mission like it was take your kid to work day?
A little more complicated than that.
How much more complicated?
If he hadn't have brought me with him, my life would have been over.
Council of Elders Death Squad again?
No, my life would have been over. I would have been forced into a life of poverty or possibly slavery. Hold up. It's this door.
Walk that back, please.
Nell, keep your voice down. This next part is tricky.
No, we're talking about what you just said. What do you mean sold into slavery?
In a minute. First, we have to get through this.
Dean, what are you doing?
We have to go through this junction.
We can't. It's full of those things.
It's fine. This is their kennel. If they haven't been given the command to guard or attack, they should leave us alone. We just need to slide along this wall and get to that blue door over there.
Way over there?
Yes. Just move slowly.
I hate you so much right now.
Just move slowly.
Dean, one of them's coming over here.
It's fine.
It's not fine. It's coming right at me.
It's probably a mother brooding her nest. She just wants to see if you're a threat.
Am I a threat?
Are you going to eat her eggs?
All right, it's mostly the stress, but I think I'm going to throw up now.
Hold still.
No.
It's okay. It's okay.
It is not.
She's just sniffing you.
Is that her nose? It's on a stalk.
Just don't move. Great.
It licked me.
Come on, let's go.
It licked me.
I know. Now get to the blue door. Come on. We have to keep moving.
I can't see. Oh my gosh, Dean, there's goop in my hair.
It's mostly harmless. Come on.
Mostly harmless?
Your screams upset them. The keepers are going to be here soon, and we can't get caught.
Dean, I need a towel or a handkerchief or something, or I swear I'm going to drop on this floor and have a full-on panic attack right now.
No time.
There's giant insect goo in my hair. Make time.
Perhaps I could be of service to the lady. You two look like you might be lost.
No, we're fine.
She isn't. She has armor beetle saliva all over her head. Allow me.
Thank you.
Not at all. You are Cleed, correct?
What's a cleed?
Yes. Yes, we are Cleed.
This is a restricted area for you.
Didn't know, actually. We kind of got lost. These tunnels, right?
It can be confusing, Master Dean.
Oh, good. You know him. We're looking for his dad.
No.
Yes, I imagine you are. Come with me, please.
Actually, I think...
Come with me, or you can turn around and go back the way you came. Only the armor beetles haven't been fed today. You go back into their kennel, you might find yourself in a worse state than just... goopy. Here, I think you'll find this towel a bit more thorough than my handkerchief.
Thank you, but I can't quite use it right now.
Why not?
The handcuffs?
Ah, yes. Well, do what you can. I'll be with you in just a moment. Master Dean?
Yes?
Your father has been notified of your arrival and will be here just as soon as possible.
Why are we handcuffed to the table?
Well, you've already shown a propensity for wandering about. We don't want you getting into even more trouble, do we?
I just need to see my dad.
And you will. But first, we need to ask you some questions. Do you know the Cleed Expeditionary Code? Dean?
That's a trap.
What?
It's a trap. If I say I know the code, you get me for disobeying it. If I say I don't, you get me for coming here without memorizing it first. Either way, I'm sunk.
No one comes here without first being thoroughly tested on the code.
Well, I didn't have a lot of choice.
The sordid details of Cleed reproduction are none of my concern. Violations of the code are.
I didn't violate the code.
Then what about her?
Yeah, what about me, Dean?
No, please.
No, seriously. This guy seems to think me being here breaks the rules somehow. Does it? He hasn't told me anything, and it's starting to piss me off.
Unfortunately, what you know or don't know is not relevant. You're here. That's a violation.
So you're gonna execute him now? Take him before the Council of Elders?
Thought you said she didn't know anything.
Nice going, Nell.
Oops.
What else has he told you?
She doesn't know anything. I'm the one in trouble.
You're half right.
My father
Has very limited authority. The Cleed are bound by the agreements they signed, and no one, not even us, are allowed to break off-world code.
So you're not Cleed, huh?
Nell, please.
No, I deserve an explanation. And I couldn't get one from you, Dean. So I guess I'll try him.
An explanation?
Yeah. Today I have been shot at, chased by monsters, licked and gooed upon by said monsters, and finally handcuffed to a metal table and interrogated. And I don't know why any of it is happening.
When we get out of this, I'll explain it all.
What's that?
No, I mean,
Look, soldier boy. Any chance I'm gonna just get to go home after this?
That is not my decision.
But there's like no chance of it happening, right? You look like a guy who knows the score.
I'm not sure I follow your reference, but I believe I follow your meaning.
Whatever's going on here, I've seen too much.
That's a fair assessment.
So why not just tell me everything? I mean, if I'm just gonna be vaporized or locked in a cell, why not tell me?
You mean why not monologue like a movie villain?
Well, I wouldn't quite use those words, but...
So you can have all the information you need to save the day after your dramatic and inevitable escape.
Oh, come on. You don't really admit the possibility that we could escape, do you?
He's a spark plug, this one. Problem with spark plugs, sometimes they get snuffed out. Wait here.
I don't think that guy understands how spark plugs work.
okay, listen to me. We can get out of this, but you have to do exactly what I say.
Yeah, because that's worked out great so far.
You have no idea how close you're cutting it with these guys. They will hurt you.
That would be terrible. You must feel awful.
Me?
Who's responsible for all of this? Who dragged me out here? Who still won't tell me what's going on, despite the fact that I'm about to face a firing squad?
What? No, that won't happen.
Says you. I don't exactly trust you at the moment.
Look, I think there's a way out of this, but you have to do something for me.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
No, I think I know a way out.
We're handcuffed to a table.
Right. Say you have to pee.
What?
Draconians can't stand the smell of human urine. It's repulsive.
I agree.
Just say you have to pee and he'll unhandcuff you.
What? I don't understand what you...
You're to remain here for the time being. Someone will bring you some water.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
I have to use the ladies' room?
I don't understand that reference.
I have to... go?
You can't go right now. You need to remain here.
No, you don't... Look, I have to pee, all right? I have to urinate.
I see.
Sorry, but I have to.
That is something that is done, I suppose. You can't take care of it here?
Well, if you want to bring me a bucket, I
No,
suppose...
no, that's fine. Here.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm so lightheaded.
What?
I'm fainting. Ah!
What is she doing?
Help her!
Do human women do this when they have to urinate?
Help her! Otherwise, you're going to have to write this up in your report.
Very well. Miss, Young miss, can I help?
Nice kick.
Thanks. Here.
Stop, Master Dean, this won't work.
What's he talking about?
Never mind. Give me my jacket. Yeah, here it is.
What is that thing?
Just a device my dad gave me. It's a head start.
Is he okay?
Yes, he's just out for a few minutes. Come on,
Which way?
this way, I think. Usually the hub is deeper underground.
You are really explaining how you know all this later.
I promise. Come on. Yeah, here. I think it's here.
What is?
Pretty sure the people that can help us are through this door. Come on.
Whoa.
I know, right? The central hub goes up 10 stories. That's how far underground we are.
Dean, your dad!
What?
Over there, with those soldiers!
I see him. Dad! 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 I'm here. I made it. Dad?
Where's he going?
Dad! What's happened?
Your father just drove away. We're surrounded by guards with guns, and we're 10 stories underground.
I don't understand.
Well, now you know how it feels.
I don't understand. We were supposed to leave together.
Dean, raise your hands. They're pointing their guns at us.
But I don't understand.
Dean, this could get a lot worse if you don't raise your hands.
You have no idea how true that is, Nellie.
Dad?
Get your hands up, boy.
What's your dad doing here?
I don't know.
Nellie, I am really sorry about this.
About what? What are you doing here, Dad?
Long story, no time. Just know I'm sorry.
For what?
For this.
Dad! No! Dad?
Get your hands up, boy.
What's your dad doing here?
I don't know.
Nellie, I am really sorry about this.
What are you doing, Dad?
Long story, no time. Just know I'm sorry.
For what?
For this.
Dad? No! Dean!
Go!
Nellie!
You're shot!
Just in the shoulder. Go!
Nellie, stop!
Through this door.
My God, Dean, you're bleeding. What is wrong with him?
It didn't hit anything vital. Help me move this filing cabinet.
Blocking them won't stop them for long.
How do you know?
They had some huge guys on their side.
Come on.
We have to get that shoulder looked at.
It's fine.
You keep saying that, but it really isn't.
It doesn't matter. We need to get out of here first. First aid second.
What?
I mean, you know, never mind. Just come on. Oh, thank the maker. It's still here.
What, the motor pool?
How did you know it's called that?
Giant sign on the wall.
Oh yeah, touche.
But there's no way out except through this channel out to the lake. And I don't see any boats.
You're right. Wait,
What?
look out there. About 20 yards from the exit, there's ice already.
But that's December ice. There's no way we could even walk on it.
We won't need to walk on it if... Yeah! The keys are in the snowmobile.
You want to take a sled across 20 yards of open water and then onto ice that can't possibly hold us?
Well, if we get going fast enough, it won't need to hold us. We'll hydroplane the whole way. As far as taking the snowmobile onto open water, we know that works, right? The time last spring with your cousin?
That wasn't last spring, it was 5 years ago. My cousin's insane. He has like 4 sleds at the bottom of the lake.
This can work.
No, it can't.
We don't have another choice.
How about giving up and getting you medical attention?
We're over here.
I don't think we'll get a chance to surrender.
Well... fine! But I'm driving that thing. You're hopeless.
There's a second snowmobile.
I repeat, you're hopeless. 5 years ago with my cousin, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Here, start that thing up.
What are you doing?
Pushing the second sled into the lake. With no boats and no other sleds here, no one can follow us.
Ingenious. But do you think the ice will take our weight with both of us on one snowmobile?
Now he starts worrying about it. Come on!
We're barely moving.
But we're moving.
We gotta go faster.
We gotta get to the ice first, Dean. I've got the throttle wide open as it is.
We made it.
Not yet, we haven't. Hold on.
See? I told you. Skimming right over the top.
Just remember who's driving.
Hey, where are you going? There's open water that way.
Open water's our friend. We don't leave tracks behind, and besides, I have an idea where to go. You know, that would go a lot better if I took care of it for you.
I'll treat it.
How can you treat your own bullet wound?
So you're an expert on bullet wounds now? Ow!
Oh, you'd be surprised. The life of a northern girl.
Just stay over there. You've done enough. Whose cabin is this, anyway?
My Uncle Bob's. He lives in the cities and only comes up to fish in the summer. He's a little better at maintenance than the rest of the family, so I figured the wood stove would be in decent shape.
Good thing, too. I got soaked on that snowmobile. Hypothermia could have set in.
Sled.
What?
They're called sleds. I don't know. Hearing you say snowmobile every time is getting on my nerves.
They are actually called snowmobiles, you know.
Not up here, they're not. Not by the locals.
Yeah, well, some of us aren't local.
You want to talk about that?
Talk about what?
About exactly how unlocal you are?
Not really.
Dean, I think we've been through enough over the past couple of hours to garner a little trust, right? Where are you from?
Ohio.
You already told me that was a cover story.
Well, where do you think I'm from?
I don't know. But what happened to you back in your apartment is still freaking me out.
What did I do back in the apartment?
Stared off into space at the same time strange noises came over your phone. It was eerie.
Well, sorry.
And then there's the fact that I can't help you with that bullet wound.
I told you I got it.
In fact, you don't even want me over on that side of the cabin, do you? Close enough to see anything.
I don't want you seeing me this way.
Why? Because of the blood?
Well, yeah.
I feel dressed deer, Dean. I'm not gonna faint at the sight of a little blood.
Just stay over there. Please?
You're not gonna be able to hide it, you know.
Hide what?
You're using up a lot of tissues. One of them dropped on the floor. I can see it from here. It's blue.
What do you mean?
Everything on the tissue is blue. Your blood, it's blue.
That's antiseptic.
Antiseptic at Uncle Bob's cabin is called whiskey. Come on, Dean. Where are you from?
Do you want me to get out a chart?
No, I guess not. This is tough enough to wrap my head around.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I dragged you into the middle of this. And after all that, it didn't even mean anything.
What do you mean?
I'm referring to the other somewhat bigger problem that we've got. Both of our dads, back there in the tunnels.
Oh, yeah. That.
Did you expect to see...
No. I did not expect to see my father. But I did not expect him to shoot you either.
That was a surprise. All right, let's think about this.
Okay.
Our dads were both in that tunnel, armed guards all around.
Wait, back up a second.
What?
Let's go back to the beginning. You called me this morning. Why?
Oh, I hadn't seen my dad in 24 hours. He wasn't at the hospital. They hadn't seen him since last night. I got nervous.
So you called me?
The most resourceful person I know.
Okay, so you called me. I arrive, you have your little trance freak-out thing. We get shot at. Why did you chase after the shooter, by the way?
I wanted to see who he was.
Okay, well, next time, don't run towards the guns. Important safety tip.
Got it.
So next, we go into the tunnels, get chased by monsters, which were... what again?
Guard dogs, basically.
From where?
Someplace else.
Right. And that brings us to your dad abandoning you and my dad shooting you.
He didn't abandon me.
Maybe he had to?
He wouldn't have. They forced him to get into the car.
You know, it really didn't look that way.
Trust me, it was. It had to be. What about your dad? Kind of looked like he was working with those guards.
Yeah, I know it did. Let's focus on the guards for a second. Who are they?
What do you mean?
The tunnels beneath the old mill, they're condemned and abandoned. But they had the place nicely fixed up. Lights were working, doors and hallways had a fresh coat of paint. The guards all looked neat and clean in their new uniforms. It was a regular Bond villain lair.
Yeah, I guess. What's your point?
Well, I don't recall hearing anything about the Undermill being sold, much less to a Bond villain.
Well, you were out of town for a couple of years.
I think my dad would have mentioned it, especially since he appears to be working for them.
Point.
Dean, we're getting to those questions again.
I know.
What the hell is going on?
You asked about the guards.
Yes?
They're kind of like a peacekeeping detachment. They make sure everything runs smoothly.
Runs smoothly for whom exactly?
Look, I know I keep holding out on you,
Uh-huh.
and I really shouldn't, but we're getting to the point where if I tell you more, it's going to be dangerous for you.
My own father's pointing guns at me. I think we passed dangerous a ways back.
He was pointing it at me.
I was standing right there. Point is, when you take into account all the present circumstances, I think there's only one conclusion. All we really have is each other, so come clean.
I can't.
Fine, then I will. You and your father are aliens sent to this planet as spies, or something like that. Only you're on the outs with the powers that be, so now your father is in custody and they're chasing you, too. Probably to kick you off the planet. How am I doing?
What about your dad?
Still working on that. Part-time job, maybe?
Don't joke.
Not much else I can do, considering the lack of info. Dean, whatever it is you can tell me. I'll keep secrets. I'll do whatever you want, but whatever's happening, we are in it deep now. We have to stick together.
I don't think you can help me.
Well, we won't know until we try. But I can't even try to help you unless I know what's going on.
Can I offer an alternative idea?
Sure.
Help me get patched up. We sled back to shore and hike back to your car. Then we just take off.
What about your father?
Unless something's drastically changed, he will find me. He'd want me to stay as far away from the tunnels as possible.
Do we want him finding us?
Yes.
But Dean, he left and I...
Yes. He will find me. He has to.
All right. But only because you said it.
Said what?
Just a second ago. You called them sleds.
Well, if I'd have known it's that easy...
Quiet. Hush. Do you hear that?
Maybe it's just a bunch of campers?
With the ice this thin? No way. Crap!
What?
The fire! They probably found us because of the smoke. I didn't even think.
What do we do?
Here, just step to the window and peek out. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's a park ranger or something?
Okay. Oh no!
What the hell?
They said them!
What are those things?
Does your Uncle Bob keep any guns?
What?
In the cabin. Are there any weapons in the cabin?
There are... What are those things? They look like giant apes.
That's basically what they are.
But they're driving snowmobiles.
Sleds.
And they've clearly got rifles strapped to their backs.
Which is why we need a rifle too. Do you have one?
Why do we need a rifle?
Because the Simeone are hunters. You only send them on dead or alive missions.
The who?
The Simeone. Them. The 7-foot-tall bipedal apes.
Do you hear yourself? You're describing... They can't be.
Go ahead and say it. There are Sasquatches on snowmobiles outside.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nell, focus. We're going to need a gun if we have a chance.
Right. Check the closet.
Right. What are you going to do?
Check these dressers for shells. You never keep the shells and the rifle in the same place.
Okay. Where are the guns safe?
Hey, it is. And besides... Aha!
I can't find anything.
These are shotgun shells. Look for a shotgun.
I still can't. Where is it?
You're looking in boxes? It's a shotgun, Dean. It's not going to be in a shoebox.
Well, I didn't know.
Here. Top shelf. Right there.
I'm sorry, I didn't take gun safety.
Clearly. All right, what are we doing here?
We need to get to the sled and get away.
Great plan, Eisenhower. That takes care of everything, but how?
Fine. How many are there?
4, I think.
Wait, I only see 3 out there now.
I could have sworn I saw 4.
Yeah, I thought so too. Unless... Crap! One of them's in the house.
Oh my gosh, what is that smell?
Hide.
Freeze!
What are you doing?
Element of surprise. We have a gun.
So does he.
That's an interesting sound. What is he saying?
Not totally sure, but I think it's put down your weapon and I won't kill you?
Yeah, well, tell him he can put down his weapon.
I think he understands now.
Okay, so this then.
You shot him!
Come on, run!
He's blocking the door.
Get down!
And apparently you only wounded him.
Jeez, how many pellets will this thing take before it goes down?
I think you hit him, though.
It's kind of hard to miss.
He's weakened. We can get by him with one more shot.
Great. Give me the shells.
What?
The shells. It's a double-barrel shotgun. I've shot twice. I need more shells.
Well, I don't have them.
What? You were in charge of the shells.
You never told me
I
that.
can't do everything, Dean. I can't handle the gun and carry the... Never mind.
What are you doing?
Stand back.
What was that?
My Uncle Bob's antique lantern. He's gonna kill me
Why did you do that?
because it's full of kerosene.
Nell,
Yes, Dean?
there's a flaming Sasquatch on the lawn.
I see that. Yes. Hopefully it distracts his buddies long enough for us to make a getaway. Come on!
I think we lost them.
No, we didn't. They're back there.
What? How do you know?
Eyes in the back of my head. There are two of them.
You think they're angry about us setting their friend on fire?
You're the expert on these things. What do you think?
I think we'll be lucky if they don't tear our arms from our sockets.
Well then, I guess we'd better not get caught.
What are you doing? Are you slowing down?
Yes,
They'll catch us.
that's the idea.
What?
What do you weigh? 120? 130?
142. Why?
Between the two of us, plus the sled, we're probably under 600 pounds, whereas those things have to weigh 800 or 900 fully loaded.
So the ice...
This ice will never hold them. That's the last one, right?
I think so. Why is he stopping?
Because he figured out the ice won't hold him.
Unless he goes really fast. Here he comes!
Did the ice hold him?
Yeah! He's still up!
We can go the main channel.
We gotta get to shore.
What?
Stick to the plan. Get to shore, hike back to your car.
With that thing chasing us?
Here! This cove! Pull in there!
This spot?
There's a beach just around this bend. We can get up on shore and get away.
Dean, I'm not sure how to...
Please! Just do this!
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I thought you said there was a beach. Those are 10-foot cliffs. We're trapped.
Okay. Good news is, there's only one of them.
Well, the only way out is right past him. Darn it, I wish we had that gun.
Wouldn't make any difference.
Why not?
Because that flying saucer is hovering just behind the Bigfoot there.
I suppose I should not be surprised. What do we do?
Get off the snowmobile very slowly. I have an idea.
This can't be happening.
It is. Wait a minute.
What do they want? What can we do? This is a 10-foot cliff behind us. We can't... We need to surrender, Dean. We need to surrender. Damn it. If only I'd kept that gun, we could... Dean?
Up here.
How did you get on top of the cliff?
Never mind. I can give you a hand up. Come on.
That's a 10-foot leap. I can't...
Just reach up your hand. I'll reach down.
There's still like 4 feet between us. We have to... What? How'd I get up here?
No time. Come on.
Dean,
We have to hurry. That ship takes a while to get going in this specific gravity. We need to get hidden.
Where?
Just come on. It's up here. All right. Let me see if I can remember this.
Remember what? It's a boulder.
Give me a second.
Dean, we have to get moving. They're right behind us.
Just a moment.
What are you doing?
Looking for the switch.
What?
Come on. The door only stays open for 10 seconds.
That door looks like a hologram.
No, the door is real. The rest of the boulder is a hologram. Come on. So, you hungry?
I just saw a flying saucer and a Sasquatch on a snowmobile, yet this is what freaks me out.
What, the blind?
Is that what this place is called?
Yeah. Dad and I always called it the blind, like a duck blind. But you could call it the safe house, the down low, whatever. You hungry?
The down low?
Not that anyone actually calls it that.
Not since the 90s, anyway.
Cookie?
Fully stocked pantry, water supply if that tank is any indication. That door that's ajar here. As I guessed, composting toilet.
All the comforts of home.
If home is a fallout bunker.
You're not far from the truth. You sure you don't want a cookie?
Of course I want a cookie. Give me those. So let me guess. This was you and your dad's hidey hole?
Yep.
So you two were planning to hide at some point?
It was a contingency we considered. There are actually 2 more of these around the area.
Are we safe in here? I mean, those things and their flying saucer buddies are going to be crawling all over the woods soon.
We're safe. They don't know about the blinds.
Well, what about our footprints in the snow outside?
Dad put this here for a reason. Heavy trees, not a lot of snow on the ground.
Okay. So we wait out the search. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Is that a coffee maker I see?
Of course.
Good. Because you're going to make a pot, and then we're going to sit down and have a long talk.
I'm not going to avoid this anymore, am I?
No, Cookie. You're not. They're getting close.
Don't worry. They can't find us.
You sound awfully sure.
I am. Dad built this place right.
You really worry about him, don't you?
Sort of.
That's a weird response.
No, it's not that. It's...
Dean, just tell me. We're friends, right? I mean, whoever or whatever you are, we are really friends, right?
Why wouldn't we be?
After the last 24 hours, I don't trust my judgment about anything. This could all be a simulation for all I know.
No, it couldn't.
Why are you so sure?
Simulations are crazy expensive, and they don't work. Most of them look like 1990s VR.
Well, I'll defer to your expertise in that area. Start with you.
Start with me, what?
Start explaining things with an explanation of you. I asked if you really loved your dad, and you hedged a bit. Why? Kind of a weird reaction considering all we've done to get to him.
Because my feelings about my father are... selfish.
Okay.
Okay. I'm really doing this. Nellie, the first thing you need to know about me is that I'm not really 24. I look 24 to your eyes, but I'm not. I'm actually 7.
I'm sorry, did you say 7?
Yes.
As in years old?
Yes.
Well, you're very mature for your age.
Don't joke.
I don't know what else to say. You'll understand once you get through kindergarten.
I'm being serious.
Okay. Okay.
My people, my species, I guess, have a very long pupal stage. We hatch after about 5 years, looking more or less like I do right now.
So you're like insects?
That would be close, but not exactly. Life developed differently on my planet.
Okay.
And for the first 8 years after hatching, it's really, really important that we stay close to the parent of our same gender. Daughters hang out with mothers and sons with dads.
So you don't see your mom?
Oh, no, of course I do. We live in family units like you do, but the relationship between the parent of the same gender is really important. There's actually genetic triggers that happen. It's all gross hormone and chemical stuff, but the gist is, I gotta stay close to my dad, or
Or what?
I'll never grow up. I'll never, I guess, pass what you'd call puberty and be able to have kids of my own.
Seriously?
There's more, and it's worse. Back home, people who don't go through the change don't have many options. You're barred from the best schools, which means you can't get a decent job, and since there's no reason to get married, most of them end up living alone or in these little hive groups. But renters don't want to rent to groups like that, so, it's the slums, mostly.
That's terrible.
Can't vote, either.
What?
Relax. The government isn't very important back home. It's mostly for show. The collectives run everything, and they're closer to what you'd call a corporation.
So, if we don't get you back together with your dad, your life's over?
It's not that cut and dried, but yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the honesty, I guess. So why don't you tell me what's going on out there?
What do you mean?
Well, everything. I mean, Dean, your species reproduction is fascinating and everything, but I'm a little more interested in the flying saucers and Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose in for a penny at this point.
Well, if that means you're finally going to talk to me.
I am. And I'm sorry I didn't before now. You see why I was reluctant, right?
You didn't trust me?
I thought you might not believe me.
Really?
Well, that and the whole I could be put to death for blabbing thing.
I promise I won't tell.
So you're not FBI?
I'm not FBI. Promise.
Okay. Well, as you've probably figured out, the Undermill is a whole complex for people visiting your planet. Your government doesn't know about it, or they've been bought off, maybe. And no one in town knows either. Thing is, there's more than one kind of visitor.
The Sasquatches.
Right. They're actually from the same world as the Plejarians. I didn't see any of those in the tunnels, though.
Who are the Plejarians?
I don't suppose you read any UFO books, do you?
You could try me. I had an ex-boyfriend who was really into it.
They're sometimes called the Nordics, or the Tall Whites. They were some of the first into this dimension, though. I don't know how much influence they have now.
Wait, dimension? So you're not from outer space?
No, I'm from outer space. Just not your outer space.
Okay, let's put a pin in that and move on.
Anyway, I guess the first thing you need to understand is our whole situation isn't like the movies. There isn't one race of aliens coming to explore Earth or conquer Earth or whatever. There's many races, and they all have different priorities.
You mean like the Federation of Planets?
No, gosh, no. You ever wondered why I like Star Trek so much?
Not really. A lot of people like Star Trek.
Yeah, but knowing what you know now, do you wonder why I love it?
Reminds you of home?
Complete opposite. I wish home was like Star Trek. I wish something like the Federation could exist. Instead, it's, well, you know how politics go in this country, right?
Of course.
It's exactly the same everywhere. It's like, I'd say the human condition, but it's not just humans we're talking about. Everyone's got their own thing. Every group is in for itself.
You mean it's...
Petty. All about power and resources, which is the same thing as being about money. One race wants to study an emerging culture like Earth. Another race wants to exploit it. A third wants this planet as a military base because they're constantly warring with a fourth group who want it for the same reason.
Except you all worked together to build that base in the Undermill, right?
I don't think you'd call it working together. Every inch of those tunnels was debated and argued over. There were lawsuits, there were charges of corruption. Even now that the Undermill is being used, everyone is still supposed to keep to his designated area under penalty of expulsion.
What are you?
Oh, right. I haven't told you that, have I? We are called the Cleed.
The Cleed. Doesn't sound too offensive.
We try not to be. Mostly we're just traders. Our own world is plenty sufficient for us, so we don't need to conquer anyone. Dad works for a mining firm that's interested in expanding operations here. He's supposed to send back reports every month.
I thought your dad was a doctor.
That's his cover. He studied for years for that job. He actually enjoys the medicine more than the mining now.
Wait, haven't you been here for like 6 years?
That sounds about right.
That's a lot of reports.
He's given different assignments almost every month. Look into this, look into that. He's gone to Brazil, Madagascar, everywhere. He only brought me along because he had to. My age and everything.
So what was going to happen if he found something the mining company wanted?
Oh, he already has.
Come again?
That's already happened. The company set up several operations on Earth already.
Wait, are you saying there's aliens running mining companies here on Earth?
Sure, have been for years.
But doesn't the government know? Does the army?
Of course not. Why would we tell them?
But you're aliens working on Earth.
They're very discreet.
Dean!
Nellie, what did you think is involved in setting up a company? You file for a business license, you rent an office, hire employees. It's all very easy. No one asks whether you're an alien or not.
I don't know. It's gonna take me a minute to get a handle on this.
Sorry, didn't think that little detail would blow your mind.
Yeah, that's all right. We have bigger problems than my blown mind anyway.
Meaning?
Your dad. From what you say, he's been doing his job, keeping his nose clean, working with all these other aliens with no problems for 6 years. Now all of a sudden something changed.
Oh. Yeah.
Any idea what?
Not without talking to him.
What if you couldn't talk to him?
You mean, what if he was out of the picture?
Yeah.
Then, I'd have bigger problems than what happened to Dad.
Okay then. Well, I guess we have to go back.
What? You mean to the Undermill?
Do you have a better idea?
Well, no. I guess I don't.
You think we're safe here for a few more hours, right?
Longer, if need be.
Okay. Well, let's get some sleep. Give Bigfoot out there a chance to give up looking for us and decide what to do in the morning, okay?
Okay. Nell?
Yeah?
Thanks. For not freaking out.
Oh, I'm freaking out. Just very, very quietly. Well?
No one. I don't think, anyway.
You know, it's pretty disappointing to me that you don't have a tricorder or something that can just scan the area.
I could bring in satellite photos to scan the area.
You could?
Sure, except I don't have cell service here. Dad went with the wrong company. They only have like 2 towers in the whole county.
This is so disappointing.
You're being silly. Come on.
I don't see any tracks, sled or otherwise. It's been snowing for a few hours now, so they're probably all covered up.
That's good, right?
Well, I would like to know where they are and make sure they didn't leave a lookout behind to search for us.
They didn't.
How do you know?
I'm not that important. I mean, they'll arrest me on sight, of course, because they don't want me telling anybody about the Undermill.
Like you did me?
Yeah. Like, well, okay. Point is, they have other work to do. They can't risk being seen out in the open just to find one cleed.
We could take the authorities back to the Undermill and show them.
Well, if we could get an entire army to descend on the place, that might work. But that'll never happen. We'd go to the sheriff or the park rangers, and they'd send one guy to check things out, and the Draconians can fool one guy.
Well, they didn't deal with us very well.
Right. Because you were with me. Someone who knows the tunnels and the blind.
Fine. Point taken.
That was the cove, right?
Yep. There aren't too many coves with cliffs like this one.
Then where's our snowmobile? A sled.
Did you really expect them to leave it for us? I mean, we did steal it, after all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the Undermill is about 2 miles that way, but we'd have to cross the open ice for about 100 yards to get there.
Is that a problem?
The snow is the problem. It's only December, and there's a lot of thin ice out there. You can usually tell it's thin by sight, but with everything covered by fresh powder, we won't know what we're stepping on.
Oh. Options?
Got one of them flying saucers?
Left it in my other pants.
Shame. Okay, let's head down the shore a ways. There's a narrow channel up ahead that's usually pretty solid, ice-wise.
Usually?
You got a better idea? Hey, wait.
What is it?
Yesterday, at the cliff, you managed to jump up like 10 feet, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It was this.
What is it?
Kind of an anti-grav device. Sort of gives you a little boost if you need to get vertical.
Will it work to cover horizontal distances? Like that channel?
Maybe. I don't know. It's only really good for 1 or 2 jumps, and then it needs charging, and I didn't charge it last night.
Why not?
It uses the same charger as my phone, and I charged that instead.
The same charger... Dean, I gotta tell ya, I am very disappointed in alien technology so far.
What? You want us to have special charging equipment that only works in our own facilities? Not very practical, Nell.
Come on. If we can get across the channel, we'll get you a USB adapter for your laser gun.
Our guns use bullets. Way more cost-effective.
Of course, yeah, bullets.
Okay, that did not sound good.
Quiet.
What is it?
I need to concentrate.
On what?
On the ice, stupid.
What do you mean, concentrate on the ice?
We have to be very careful to step in only the right places or we will fall through.
And why do you need silence for that?
Because... Shut up, that's why.
Well, as long as we're being reasonable.
Okay. Move to the right a little bit. I think that's better.
Hey, it feels a lot more solid here.
I think you're right. Try a step over... Oh god.
Hold perfectly still. I don't think the ice is safe under you.
Thanks for the tip.
All right. What do we do?
We're nearly halfway. We just need to keep going.
Okay. I'm going to go back into this footprint of mine. That's safe, right?
Should be, yeah.
Okay. Moving slowly.
Dean! Try not to thrash. Hold on.
I can't swim.
Just hold on.
Don't come near me. You'll fall in too.
I'll lay flat and reach out. Now reach out your hand.
I can't.
Just reach out.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Dean?
I'm sorry.
Dean! Dean? Where'd he go? Ah!
Nell!
What happened? Dean?
Over here.
Dean, what the hell?
Nellie, look.
Hello, Nell.
He came back for us. My dad came back for us.
Dean, quiet down. We have to get moving.
Sure, yeah. Come on, Nell.
Wait, you left us back there.
We don't have time to talk about that right now, Nell. There are people after us. And Dean, he's soaking wet. We need to get him into some dry clothes.
So what, just go back to the blind?
You told her about the blind?
I've told her everything. There's no use trying to keep secrets from her now.
You're going to be the death of me, boy.
I'm just so glad to see you.
But I have some questions.
We need to get moving now.
Why did you abandon us? Why did you abandon him?
I did not, I swear.
Back in the Undermill, you looked right at us, then got in a car and rode away.
You have to understand, there was nothing I could have done at that moment. I was surrounded by the Draconian Elite Guard. If I'd so much as taken a step towards you, we would have all ended up dead. I went with them because I was already planning an escape, but I couldn't get away then, not with all those guards around.
So you just left us to deal with it, right?
You made it, didn't you?
Not before Dean was shot.
What? Are you okay? Where are you hurt?
It's all right. It was just a shoulder wound. Bullet passed right through, and I got it patched up.
Well, all the more reason to get moving. I need to take a proper look at that wound.
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think we're going anywhere.
Dad, wait a minute. Nellie, we can't stay out in the open. We need to get back to the blind.
You don't think it's a little suspicious that they couldn't find us last night and suddenly your dad shows up out of the blue?
I don't understand.
It could be a trap. He could be working with them.
Nell.
It's fine. No, we're going back to the blind.
I don't think so.
Dad?
Just stay there, Dean. It's okay.
Where did you get that gun?
I took it from one of the guards. It doesn't matter.
But it is very convenient, him having a gun.
No, I don't have time to argue. Our lives are at stake, you understand? I won't hesitate to use this.
Dean, come over here.
You know I can't do that.
Then at least let me go. I promise I won't tell anyone about what I've seen.
No, now come on. We need to get back to the blind.
That's not happening. Not with you. You're gonna have to shoot me.
Nellie!
Which is it, John? Either I walk away or you shoot me. Which?
If I may, I'd like to offer a third alternative.
What?
The gun. You're gonna lower it now.
Who are you?
I'm with all of them, which, given the fact that we now outgun you 7-1, suggests that the logical conclusion here is you putting down that weapon. Not to mention your boy there looks like he took an unscheduled swim. We don't get him inside soon, we'll have an alien sickle on our hands, n'est-ce pas? That's fine. Cuff 'em, boys. Oh, and girl. Sorry, Lewinston.
That's all right, sir.
You three. My name is Special Agent Aronson, FBI. And you are all under arrest.
Kids, back away.
Where do you plan on going? We have you surrounded.
Dad?
It's okay, Dean. Nell, come here.
So, you three are planning on being a problem, is that it?
It'll be all right. Nell,
I'm thinking we should listen to the men with the big guns.
that would be a very bad idea.
Well, now I'm just hurt.
Nell, please.
What are you doing?
Just take my hand, please.
I don't think I want to do that.
Then take Dean's hand. It's very important. We have to get out of here.
You're not going anywhere.
Dean, what is your dad doing?
Could you just take my hand, please?
Whatever you're planning, stop it. Big guns, remember?
Now,
Dean, come on.
just take my hand.
How about everyone just calms down?
Now,
Dean, come on.
just take it.
Freeze! All of you!
Take it!
I said...
What?
Dean, are you okay?
Sick.
Yeah, that's kind of unavoidable.
What?
Nell, are you okay?
What happened?
Dimensional transport device. I bought off this Nordic before all the trouble. It will transport you 5 kilometers and manage to avoid plopping you into a solid object.
Why didn't you just use it to get back to your little cave?
You mean the blind?
Whatever! Why didn't you just use it?
1, they are very expensive and only one-time use. And 2, you can't really choose which direction you go.
So, you don't know where we are?
Just that we're 5 kilometers away from Agent Aronson and his friends with the guns. And apparently, still in the forest.
So we're lost.
But safe. Relatively.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
I have cell service.
Cool, let me see. Oh my gosh, I know where we are.
Where?
We're just over the hill from Lake Kaptogama. And Coffin Creek Resort is like half a mile that way.
Could we get help there? Dean's still soaked.
Sure. There's a restaurant with a big fireplace. I bet we can hide there all afternoon.
It is getting a little cold out here.
Well, that settles it. Let's go. Are you close enough to the fire?
Dad, quit worrying about it. I'll be fine.
No one would really care if you took off your pants.
Excuse me?
Dad!
There's a blanket right there. You could cover up while they dry.
They're practically dry already. I'm fine. What?
What?
You're giving me a weird look.
Oh, nothing.
No.
It's nothing. It's just... It's nice to see that your dad actually does care about you.
Thank you
For what?
for trusting me.
I don't remember trusting you at all. I remember being abandoned by you and being whisked away by alien tech.
Keep your voice down, please.
But I take your meaning. Let's just say I don't yet trust you, but I'm not yet gonna turn you in.
Sounds like at least a little bit of trust.
Never helps you sleep at night. But there is one thing that would help me.
What's that?
Explain why you left us back in the tunnels.
No.
No, it's okay. I understand. You can ask me that, but then I get to ask you one. Quid pro quo.
Fine.
I left you because I had no choice.
You said that already.
Yes, but it's true. And I left because I thought you could handle yourselves. You're here, so seems like you can.
By the skin of our teeth we're here.
Oh, I can say the same thing. We're all lucky to be sipping hot chocolate in front of a roaring fire instead of in a cell somewhere, or worse.
I just don't entirely accept this. A parent here on Earth wouldn't abandon a child like that. But considering how your species is wired, why would you risk doing that to Dean?
Honest answer?
Please.
If I would have been killed, which seemed like a distinct possibility back there, Dean would have been better off here with you than back home. So, quid pro quo?
Sure.
What was your father doing back in the Undermill?
I have no idea. His presence and what he did? I have no answer for that.
Who is he?
A retired mill hand. My mom divorced him when I was 6. She took me to Egan, where I grew up.
I thought you grew up here.
Well, after 8th grade. Mom and I were ready to murder each other, so Dad took me. But back to the present, I didn't think Dad did much of anything. I mean, he hit the coffee shops every day, jawed with friends, complained things weren't the way they should be, and voted for Trump. Twice. I just thought he was a normal dad until...
Yeah. Too many mysteries in the past. What do you two say we look to the future?
Sounds good.
What does that mean?
It means we have to get to the ship.
The what now?
You didn't think I'd come all the way here without a means to get home, did you?
But, Dad, the ship's stored in the Undermill, isn't it?
Well, I'm not talking about that ship. I'm talking about the backup.
You have a backup?
As of 2 years ago, yes.
What happened 2 years ago?
Things got complicated back home. Some old treaties were being ignored, new ones written on the fly. We still don't know who's an ally, who's an enemy, not clearly anyway. At the time, I thought it smart to have a backup escape plan.
Does this have something to do with the trouble you're in?
I really can't tell you that.
It's a yes or no question.
Point? Then, yes. I've done some things over the past 2 years that upset a few people.
Like what?
This is the point where I'd make a joke and say I could tell you that, but I'd have to kill you, except it wouldn't be much of a joke, and it wouldn't be me doing the killing.
If you tell us?
They'll be after you as much as they're after me.
But you have an escape plan.
Yes. Black market ship, hidden in the woods. It's probably 5 or 6 kilometers from here. If we can get to that, we can get away.
Are there roads?
Not really. It's quite a hike from the nearest road. I selected the spot for a reason.
Nellie? Nell? That you?
Oh, good God, no.
What is it?
Do you remember sad Sydney?
That guy you dated in high school?
We did not date.
You went to prom together. That was a date.
What's going on?
It's nothing. It's just a boy I went out with a couple times in school.
Steadily. For about a year. Probably lost her V-card to him.
Rude!
Dean?
Okay. I'm sorry. But he is coming this way.
He is?
Nell, that is you.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
I haven't seen you in years. How have you been?
Good. You?
Oh, same old, same old. Just working here. When'd you get back?
Oh, a while back. Dad caught COVID, so had to come take care of him.
Wait, so you're not living in the cities anymore?
No, she's home.
Well, hanging out with this character, I see. How you been, Dean?
Pretty good, Sid. We were just talking about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nell had a lot to say. All the great old times.
Really?
Dean.
Prom night, especially.
Dean.
Oh, yeah. Quite a night, wasn't it, Nell?
Quite a night.
Oh, yeah. And you know my dad.
Oh, sure. Dr. Thromberg's been out to the resort a few times.
Not always emergency calls, though.
Yeah, I know. So, I'll let you folks get back to whatever it is you were doing.
Drying out Dean. He slipped and fell in the lake.
Oh, Dean, you gotta watch that this time of year, bud. Hypothermia sneak up on you something fierce. You want something more to drink? Cocoa? Something stronger?
No, we really should get going.
Well, be careful if you head out now. They didn't get a chance to clear the roads from last night's storm, and we got another one blowing in fast.
We'll be fine.
Well, let me know if you need anything. Nell, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, great. I'm gonna kill you.
Worth it.
Dean, this is no time for jokes.
I know. I'm sorry.
Do you understand what's at stake here?
Yes, Dad, I do. But we could use a little lessening of tensions. Not just for our sake. Huddled around a fire like conspirators is slightly suspicious.
You don't need to tease Nell about ex-boyfriends.
Oh, no.
He wasn't an ex-boyfriend?
No, I mean, never mind. I was talking about my phone. Look at the weather report.
So your boyfriend was right about the weather.
Sid was right about the weather, yes. We just got done with one snowstorm, and now there's another. How remote is this ship of yours?
It's off a logging trail.
There's no way that's been cleared yet.
So what does that mean? Can we walk there?
Well, it's a good 7 kilometers from here, and we're hardly equipped for an Arctic expedition.
So, Wait out the storm.
They could find us at any time.
Well, but the storm will slow down the bad guys, too, won't it?
Somewhat, but they have technology at their disposal that we don't.
Technology.
What is it?
Dean, you would better appreciate this.
Appreciate what? What are you talking about?
What I am about to do for you and your father. Oh, Sid!
What are you doing?
Quiet and play along, and I might just get you out of this.
You writing, milady?
I mean, you said you still work here, right?
Oh, sure. Ever since high school. Deckhand, then moved up to guide. This time of year, I just do whatever. Repair things, help in the kitchen. I'll even wait tables if we're desperate.
I'm sure you're invaluable around here.
Tell my boss I could use a raise.
Yeah, tell me something. Do you guys still have that snowcat?
Oh, sure. I was just checking the spark in the oil this morning. Looks like we're gonna need it with all the snow coming in.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I need a teensy-weensy little favor. Thanks again, Sid. This is really great.
Well, there wasn't much to do back at the lodge, and you did offer to gas up the snowcat.
Yeah. It took a lot, didn't it?
Yep, always does. You two okay back there?
What?
I was asking if you're all right.
We can barely hear you.
That's all right. Sorry about the noise. Backseat of this thing always was impossible.
Yeah.
So, as long as they can't hear us.
Hmm?
As long as they can't hear us, maybe you could, explain what's going on.
Oh, well, we're just going up to their cabin.
Pretty lousy weather for a trip to the shack.
Yeah, that's what Dean said.
I know this territory pretty good, and I didn't know there was a shack at the spot, he said.
Oh, well, these woods are full of old shacks that nobody knows about.
Well, except that I've been all through that area and there's no shack. No shack, is there, Nellie?
Why would you say that?
Come on. You never could lie to me worth a damn. What's going on?
Ask them. I'm just along for the ride.
Don't give me that. You never went along for a ride in your life. If you had now and then, maybe we'd still be together.
Is that bitterness I hear?
No, just stating facts. As long as we're on the subject of facts, I'd like to know a thing or two about our passengers.
You know Dean.
I thought I did.
And you said his dad came out to the resort now and then.
Sure he does. And when he does, he creeps everyone out.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. You've been away, so you don't know. At the hospital, people ask for any doctor but him. He leaves town for weeks at a time. He's a way about him that's just strange. It's like... It's funny, but you know how I used to be really into UFOs?
What?
When we were kids, I used to be really into UFOs and stuff, remember? All those episodes of X-Files I made you watch.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Anyway, the doc back there, he acts exactly like people describe the original Men in Black. Like he's playing human and doesn't quite have it down.
You say some curious things, Sid.
Well, I'm a curious guy. Just trying to figure things out. I am doing you a favor after all.
Sid,
Yeah?
you're still on the snowmobile trail.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we have turned off it by now?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure we should have turned off by now.
Yeah, I'm going a different way.
Tell me something. Why did you come back to the resort?
Why not? Good job, isn't it? Honest work.
I know, it's just... You were gonna join the army, weren't you?
Oh, sure.
So why didn't you?
Who says I didn't?
What are you doing?
Turning on the radio. A storm this bad, you have to keep in contact with base. It's orders.
PX1138 security code.
PX1138, this is Alpha Bravo Golf 99360, over.
Sid?
Go ahead.
The package is wrapped. Say again, the package is wrapped.
Copy that. What's your 20?
We're 3 clicks out and the snow is heavy. 10 minutes.
Proceed with caution. Base out.
Sid? By any chance are you still in the army?
Army? No. But you might have guessed by now, Nellie, I'm on special assignment with another agency.
What are you gonna do?
What you should have done a long time ago. I'm gonna bring these two in. Hold it. Stay away from the door handle.
What's going on? Why does he have a gun?
Just following orders.
What?
Just keep cool, Doc. We have a little side trip to take.
Where are you taking us?
He's one of them, John!
Sid?
Everyone just calm down. We've got a few minutes left, and there's no reason to get excited.
What are you doing?
Get his gun!
You're strangling him with an extension cord!
Yeah, I kinda knew that, Nell. Now get his gun before...
Oh my god, are you hurt?
No, you missed everything.
I got it! Stop choking him!
Dean, you'll kill him!
He's nearly unconscious. Hang on.
Look out!
What happened?
You choked Sid to death!
No, I mean with the snowcat.
He's not dead. He's just unconscious. But he's not going to stay that way for long.
Nell, what happened? Are we in a tree?
Well, you were choking the driver, so yeah, the snowcat didn't have a lot of control. We veered off the trail.
Can you get it out?
I don't know how to drive this thing.
Everyone out.
What?
We have to make a run for it.
But, Dad, the snowcat...
Is in no condition to follow us, so if we make a run for it, come on.
We can't go like this for very far.
He's right, John. We don't have the clothes to be out in the storm, and we're still on the snowmobile trail. We're sitting ducks.
Well, first side path we see, take that and we'll hide. Build a shelter and wait them out.
Don't you have a blind near here?
No, nearest one's further away than the ship. We have to hide.
Wait a minute. Do you hear that?
Sleds. They're coming up fast.
We have to... Oh no.
Dad?
Well, Dr. Thromberg, you are a difficult person to keep track of.
Agent Aronson.
Should we search him, sir?
First grab the boy. The good doctor will go nowhere without him.
Hey!
Take it easy.
Get your hands off of him!
Nellie Gattis, correct? Would you like to explain why you always seem to be at the center of things with these two?
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. And I think you're going to explain it to us sooner or later. You're under arrest. Sergeant, make sure Miss Gattis gets in out of the cold, won't you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let go of me!
Wait!
Dad?
Just hold on there. Keep your hands off her.
Dad, what are you doing here? Are you mixed up with these people? Why did you shoot Dean?
I did it for you, sweetheart. I did it all for you. To keep you safe.
I don't understand.
Mr. Gattis, does this fulfill our arrangement?
What? What's he talking about?
I'll tell you. I promise.
Mr. Gattis, your daughter is safe. Does this fulfill the terms we agreed upon?
All except one.
Dad?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I trust you had a sidearm.
I got up this morning knowing I was heading into battle. Why wouldn't I have a sidearm?
Dad, what are you doing? No. No! Hello? Anyone there? I assume you can hear me, so is anyone there? Look, am I being charged with something or what? Is this a police station? FBI office? Could I get a cup of coffee? Finally! Look, am I under arrest? You can't hold me beyond 24 hours if I'm not under arrest, right? I get a phone call, right? How about a lawyer? Answer me. Would you please? Great. And I can't actually reach the coffee cup up to my mouth because of the handcuffs. Perfect. Could I ask a question, please? Okay. I'm assuming you can hear me, so I'm going to ask it anyway. Is Dean all right? Thromberg, the guy I came in with? He'd been shot. Is he all right? That doesn't violate protocol or anything, right? I mean, the shooting's not a secret. At least not from me. I was there. I saw it happen. Is he all right? It's just, he and his dad, well, you know who they are. They seem very innocent to me. I don't know all the politics involved. I don't know what's happening, but it seems to me like they just want to go home. Is Dean okay? How about this? If you won't give me a phone call, can I talk to my father? I don't know who he is to you people, but I really need to talk to him. I really need to hold my cup of coffee. I guess, is that too much to ask? Well, that's too much to ask, I guess. You know, I don't know what's going on, but this is starting to piss me off. All through this, I've been in the dark. Dean didn't tell me anything. His dad didn't tell me anything. Even my ex-boyfriend lied to me. Well, that last one doesn't matter very much, but the point is, I am at my end. What is going on? Just someone say something, anything. Ah! Ah!
Stop.
So there is someone there.
Stop screaming.
Will you answer my questions? No? I guess it's tantrum time.
Stop. What is your question?
Well, if you've been listening, you'd know already.
We heard you say many things. Please be more specific.
Is Dean okay?
Dean?
Yes, Dean. The guy I came in with? The guy that was shot?
You mean the boy injured by your father?
Is my father here?
The boy who was shot by a firearm. That boy?
Yes, that's who I mean. Is he okay?
He is alive.
But is he okay?
He was shot by a firearm, so no.
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
Can I see him?
Who, the boy?
Yes. May I see him?
No.
Okay, fine. Let's forget about him and talk about me. Am I being held here?
I would think that would be obvious by the handcuffs.
Yes. Well, that's a good point. I guess I misspoke and asked the wrong question. Who is holding me?
You're being held for your own good.
That doesn't answer my question.
I'm not at liberty to answer your question at this time.
When will you be at liberty to answer it?
That is unclear.
Will it be after I'm let go?
That is unclear.
Will it be before I'm let go?
That is unclear.
There are a lot of unclear things about this situation, aren't there?
Yes, that is clear.
I think you're trying to be funny again.
No, I am not. Are you done?
What?
Are you done asking questions? Because if so, I have some questions to ask you.
What questions?
Can I ask them? I take it by your query that I have your permission.
Just get on with it.
There's no reason to be rude.
I'm not being rude. I'm chained to a table and I lack information and I spilled my coffee. It's been a frustrating day.
I understand. My questions are of a personal nature.
Of course they are.
About you and the boy. Or, more specifically, your connection to the boy.
We're friends. We've been friends since high school.
Why?
I don't know. We were a couple of weirdos being weird together. Why do any friendships form?
But you have no romantic feelings for him?
I could see why you'd think that, but no. He's sweet, but just no.
Is it because he's not of your species?
Well, that certainly doesn't help his chances, but I'd already made up my mind about Dean before I found out where he was from.
You were just friends?
Right.
There's no deeper connection?
Not really, no. We were both in a tough spot, but other than that,
When he called you for help, you ran to his aid.
Well, yeah, he's my friend.
You ran to his aid, even though you had no idea what the problem was.
Why are you trying to make something of this? A friend calls, says he needs help. I go over to his place and try to help. That's all there is to it.
I don't think so. From the time you arrived at the boys' home 48 hours ago, you have been in danger. Yet at no time have you attempted to place yourself in a safer situation.
He needed me.
You could have left him at any time. A logical decision given the amount of danger the boy had put you in.
He didn't put me in any danger. And as for Dad, I don't even know who he is anymore.
He's your father.
He shot Dean. Twice.
Why?
Ask Dad.
No. Why did you stay with the boy? Why did you protect him? Why didn't you make an effort to get away from him from the start? If he was just a friend, and you have no deeper feeling for him, why did you risk your life?
I guess I wanted to do something. To make things better, I mean.
Explain.
I can't. I mean, it's hard.
Try.
Look, the world's going to hell, right? All of my friends graduated to find no jobs. Old people yell at us as if it's our fault. Everything is amplified by Facebook until it seems like every human you see is a monster. And on top of it all, this stupid pandemic. I'm 24. I'm going to be on this planet for a long time, God willing. If I don't do something now, when am I going to start?
Do something?
Do something. Try and make it better. Try and fix it.
Try to fix what?
Everything.
You believe you are capable of fixing everything.
No, Look, my whole life is in the toilet right now. I go to the same job I did in high school, and then I come home to a sick father and the same bed I've slept in since I was 5, and it's been that way for months. If I don't do something, I'm going to go crazy.
But you've put your life at risk.
There are worse things, and besides, I didn't get killed. So does that answer your question?
I don't know. My question was, why did you help the boy? You make it sound as if you weren't helping him at all. You were only helping yourself.
Yeah, well, maybe it's symbiotic.
Maybe. Or maybe it's something else.
What do you mean?
You play the role very well.
What?
The role. The deeply caring millennial trying to save her childhood friend. You play it very well.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. Because I think you are not who you say you are, Eleanor.
Okay.
Why don't we try this again? And this time you can speak honestly.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You do know what I mean. You are very much aware. I am growing very tired of your pretending otherwise.
Look, I don't know what...
You have a reason for protecting the boy. A reason beyond mere friendship. No one would act the way you have, risk what you've risked, unless there was something else at stake.
What are you suggesting?
That you are not all you appear to be, Eleanor. You graduated from university 3 years ago. You worked in a coffee shop and lived in a small house with 3 classmates, all in similar situations. During that time, you were gone for several months on 2 different occasions. We checked with your employer and your landlord. You had taken 2 months off immediately after graduation, and another 2 months a year after that.
So?
Where did you go?
Vacation. One time I came back to see Dad, and another time a friend and I went camping.
Camping? For 2 months?
No, not 2 months. I took some time off, okay? Things were stressful.
2 months on vacation would seem to be excessive.
If you're trying to imply something, maybe you should just say it.
Where did you go?
I told you. Camping.
No. Where did you go, really?
Camping.
For a week, perhaps, maybe 2, but 2 months is too long for a camping trip. It is not, however, too long for a training program. Did you maybe get another job? A job your father and your roommates didn't know about? Maybe a job with the military?
You're crazy.
Let me try from the beginning again. Why did you help the boy?
Wait a minute, I'm just getting this. You think I'm some sort of secret agent trying to help Dean?
It's interesting that you leapt to that conclusion.
I didn't leap to anything. I'm just trying to keep my head above water here.
You could make this a lot easier if you just answered the question.
What question? Why did I help him?
Yes.
I told you, he's a friend.
You did say that, that's true. The thing is, I don't believe you.
I explained my reasons.
They don't add up.
Well, maybe you just never had a close friend before.
This situation is very complicated with far too many moving parts and interested parties. We can't afford to add another one, especially one we can't identify. So that means we have to know who you are, really, and who you represent.
I have not kept a single secret from you. I'm exactly who I say I am.
Can you prove that?
I don't know how to prove I'm something I'm not. The FBI doesn't hand out cards saying a person isn't FBI.
You could help us all, including the boy, by simply telling us who you represent.
I represent Dean.
Why?
I told you he's a friend.
You risked your life for friendship? That's very generous.
Or foolhardy.
Or foolhardy. There's something I should probably make clear. We know where the Thromberg ship is hidden.
What?
We know where they've hidden the ship. We found it some months ago.
Then why are you keeping them here?
Because we're not interested in the Thrombergs. They can go back to their home planet today if they want. Petty Cleed bureaucrats. What we do care about is you and where you fit in.
I told you.
You're his friend, yes. So, friend, is it fair to assume you know much more about this situation?
Nobody's told me anything, including you.
I think you should understand just exactly what kind of hornet's nest you're putting your hand into. Do you follow politics, read the news?
Not particularly.
But you're aware, I'm sure, of the difficulties inherent in democratic systems. Parliaments, congresses, and the like, collections of people representing diverse populations, each group trying to get the best deal for the voters that put them there. Understand?
I understand everything but why you're telling me this.
To make a point, do you think your Congress in this country functions well?
Not really.
No, of course not. No one ever thinks their government functions correctly unless they get everything they want. Now imagine what Congress would be like if it was made up of not of the same species, but of multiple species with multiple desires, often in conflict with each other.
Must be tough.
You can be flippant if you want, but you must see this. I represent a coalition that, at the best of times, is in danger of falling apart. I have species that have been at war for centuries who only interact now because their war has weakened both of them to the point of extinction. I have one species that breathes a substance that's deadly poison to another. And all of these species don't need each other. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to keep a coalition together without mutual benefit?
I already said, must be tough.
How I envy you. One planet, one people. Need to end a war? Just send a princess to marry a prince, and once the offspring are born, the people become one.
Not quite that simple.
No, but I think I've made my point.
I have no idea what point you're trying to make.
My point is, our job is strenuous in the best of times. We barely hold it together with an accurate scorecard that lists all the players. But when somebody like you comes along, a wild card, it becomes impossible.
And I'm a wild card, you're saying?
Yes.
Except I told you what I am.
You told me you were Dean's friend, which I do not believe.
We are so friends.
I don't believe you're just Dean's friend.
Well, what else do you think I am?
His handler.
What?
An agent of an Earth-based agency assigned to Dean for reasons unknown.
You think I'm a government agent?
The evidence suggests it.
What evidence? My 2-month vacation? Okay, fine. You want to know the truth? I was in rehab.
We find no evidence of this.
I didn't advertise it.
But you couldn't have paid for it without insurance, and we find no evidence of any such treatment in your insurance records.
You have my insurance records?
Yes, so you had better come up with a better lie.
Why bother? You're not going to believe anything I say at this point.
No, I'm not. We have tried reasoning with you. Now I think it's time to switch tactics.
What do you mean?
Do not be afraid, you will not be harmed. You will not be touched, as a matter of fact. But you've noticed the video monitor built into the wall in front of you?
Yes.
What do you see?
Is that Dean?
Yes.
Why is he in a hospital bed?
He's been shot, remember?
Is he going to be okay?
As you can see, he's not in a very good condition at the moment. I believe the doctors describe him as touch and go.
Where is he?
Not far from you. Close enough you could visit him. Maybe even wait in his room until he wakes up.
And then what?
I told you, we have no interest in the Thrombergs and their problems. Once Dean recovers, he and his father can be on their way, provided we know more about you.
I'm not important.
Don't be obtuse. You're obviously important.
Why?
Do you really believe the daughter of a violent hate group leader with a strange attachment to an alien isn't important?
What? What did you say?
You heard me.
I'm the daughter of what?
Don't pretend you didn't know. Your father has been part of a violent anti-alien group for several years.
My father is... No.
Please, this play act is getting old.
My father is a retired mill worker. He's sick. He doesn't belong to any hate group.
You're claiming you didn't know.
He can't be. He's sick.
He claims to be sick.
No, I would have known if he was faking.
Which makes it all the more likely that you're working with him.
No.
Why is it so hard to believe that of your father?
What do you mean?
He lives here, near what you call the Undermill, a hub for an alien coalition, and he knows that mill inside and out. You surely could see where an anti-alien group could use such a person. Now, who do you work for?
I told you.
Do you see Dean there on the monitor?
Of course.
Do you see all the tubes and wires running from him to the machines and back again?
Yes. What's going on? Who's that?
A coworker of mine. I asked him to help with his interrogation. He was more than willing. Doesn't like the Cleeds very much.
What's he doing?
I'll ask you one more time.
What's he doing with that cable?
One more time. Who do you work for?
What does that cable do? What is he doing? What is he doing?
Who do you work for?
What did that cable do? Plug it back in!
Who do you work for?
You're going to kill him!
Who do you...
NSA! I'm National Security Agent, have been for a year. I'm NSA.
Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? I'd suggest you not struggle.
What?
These men are going to help you.
No.
You need to go to sleep now, but if you struggle, the needle could break and it could get infected. And that would be a shame.
No!
Thank you for your cooperation.
No. No! Oh gosh, Dean? Dean, are you all right? Hello?
Hello, Nell. Just wanted to make sure you got back to your car all right.
Where am I?
Open up your map program.
All right. Okay.
Do you see the trip plan that's saved there?
Yes.
We put in the coordinates to the Thromberg ship. You can drive most of the way there. The roads are cleared now.
What about Dean?
He served his purpose, so he's no longer our concern. I would get him to a doctor fairly soon, however. One that understands his unique physiology.
That's it? You're just letting us go?
Yes, we got what we wanted.
So you believed me when I said I was NSA?
Why wouldn't we believe the truth? Oh, and Nell, friendly advice.
What?
I'd avoid your father from now on. He's really quite serious about his beliefs. Goodbye.
Wait! Wait!
Dad? Yeah.
It's okay, Dean.
In 15 feet, take a left onto Highway 53.
We'll get you home.
Continue on Highway 53 for 26 miles.
It's okay.
What? Where?
Calm down. You're fine. You're gonna be okay.
Nell? Where are we?
Logging road.
At the fork in the road, stay right.
Where are we going? What's going on?
We're going to your ship.
What?
Your dad's escape ship, remember?
Oh. That's right. You know about us. For a minute, I forgot.
How do you feel?
There's no pain. But I can barely lift my head.
The docs back there must have doped you up pretty good. How much do you remember?
I remember the snowcat, that ex-boyfriend of yours, and then...
Dean?
How did we get here?
What do you mean?
Your dad shot me. We were surrounded by FBI and Plagarians and God knows what else, and we were cooked. I mean, really cooked. How did you get away?
You don't remember anything else?
It's fading in and out. I remember some bright lights shining in my eyes. Crazy dreams.
Oh, yeah?
I dreamt about home.
Makes sense. You and your dad have been trying to get there for a long time.
Where is Dad?
I don't know.
Okay. So I don't remember anything about the last... day? 2? So you gotta fill me in. What's going on?
I was, interrogated.
By whom?
I'm not sure. Pretty sure it wasn't the FBI, or anyone else from Earth, though.
What did they look like?
I never saw. I was handcuffed to a table in a room. Whoever was questioning me was just a voice on a speaker.
What did they want to know?
They wanted to know about you and your dad, what your plans were.
And what did you tell them?
Nothing. I didn't tell them anything. I don't know anything, remember?
Yeah, sorry about that. I know this has been a frustrating week for you.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
So, they interrogated you, then just let you go?
Yeah. It was weird.
Huh. And they patched me up.
Apparently. How do you feel?
Like I've been shot. How did we get here? I mean, like, in the car.
I think you should rest some more.
Oh, maybe you're right. Everything seems really fuzzy. I can't keep things straight in my mind.
Yeah, the painkillers, right?
Yeah. Nell?
Yeah?
Thanks for being such a good friend.
Don't worry about it. Let me come around and help you. Take it easy.
I'm fine, really.
You're not fine. You've been shot.
You know where we're going, right?
Yeah, GPS pointed us this direction. Your dad is supposed to meet us here.
Good. Oh, good. What a disaster.
What?
The whole thing. The whole assignment. I shouldn't have come.
Wow, you're willing to choose life as a pariah over my friendship, huh?
That's not what I mean. It's just... It's hard to ignore the fact that this whole thing would have been a lot easier on Dad if I'd never been born.
There's no way he thinks like that.
Maybe. You said he's going to be up here?
Right.
Good. I suppose we just get back and start over. I hope the firm he works for is understanding. Speaking of...
What?
You and your dad. Are you guys going to be okay?
I don't know.
Do you know why he has a problem with me?
Not exactly. Got some ideas, but that's it.
Maybe he thought he was protecting you.
Maybe.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna miss you, that's all.
Come with.
What did you say?
Come with us. To my home. You keep saying how everything is so terrible here. Change worlds for a while.
You're serious, aren't you?
Sure.
You didn't want to tell me anything about your world. Now you want to take me there?
It was just a thought.
Would your dad like that? Your dad's firm?
No, probably not. Just a dumb idea.
It's not dumb. It's sweet.
Like I say, you're my friend. Probably the best friend I'll ever have. Hey, wait a minute.
What is it?
Up there. That stand of trees with the large boulder. I think that's where Dad hid the ship. Yeah. This is it.
So how do we open it?
I think... Wait. Again, the boulder. There should be a switch... There! All right. All we have to do now is wait for Dad.
Yeah. Dean?
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Dean. I really am. You really are my friend. We really did have a good time in high school together, but...
Nell, why are you pointing a gun at me?
Because I have to. I'm sorry, Dean, but you have to come with me.
What? What did you just do?
I entered the coordinates of this location. They'll be here any minute. Let's go.
Nell, what do you...
I'm really
Why?
sorry.
Stop. Just let me...
We need to go now.
No. Just tell me what's happening.
I got an offer about a year ago. Some guys came into the coffee shop where I worked and said they worked for the National Security Agency. They said they'd wipe out my student loans and give me a job if I became an agent, move home, and keep an eye on you.
You're a spy?
No, I'm not really trained for intelligence gathering. I'm basically a glorified babysitter.
So every time you asked questions and complained about me holding things back, you...
I was just trying to understand.
But that FBI agent, he...
Aronson? He doesn't know what I am. At least, I don't think he does.
I don't understand. Don't you both work for the same government?
Yeah, funny that. The different agencies don't always get along. It was explained to me that most alien activity on this planet fell under FBI. Thing is, the FBI kept a lot of secrets. The other agencies figured it out eventually and went to work gathering their own intelligence.
Figured what out?
That the FBI had made some interesting friends. Especially when they started filing patents for some very advanced technology.
The FBI... What? What do you mean, filing patents?
They took alien tech and sold it, Dean. Not directly, of course. There's dummy corporations involved. But a lot of dollars have been funneled back to the Bureau over the past few decades. NSA, CIA, even the New York police would like a piece of that pie. That's why they offered me the job. I was close to you.
How did they find out about us?
Sorry, above my pay grade. All that matters now is you and I. And we're headed back to the car, and then I'm going to drive you to the airport. There will be a plane waiting.
Will my dad be there?
I don't know. My assignment was to look after you.
I'm not going anywhere without him.
I understand. Let's get you safe, and then we'll find him, okay?
Safe from what? You're the one pointing a gun at my head?
All right. There, I put it away. Happy?
So, you were paid to come back.
It wasn't that simple. I wanted to.
I don't believe you.
We need to go.
You're always bitching about what a waste college was and how you'll never pay off your student loans. This was a way to do that, wasn't it?
Dean, we're not safe here. The odds of us being tracked here are very high.
But that's what it was, right? You did this for money.
I don't need to defend myself to you.
As you turn me over to the nice doctors for dissection.
No! Of course not. We don't do that to sentient beings.
Can you guarantee that? Or is that above your pay grade?
Why are you being so difficult about this? Were you going to get into that ship and fly home without your dad? Was that your plan?
Well, I mean...
Come with me, and I promise you'll be safe. You can't get that guarantee from the FBI or the Coalition, or from anybody else.
You're just talking now.
No, Dean, I promise,
You'll say anything. You'll tell any lie to get what you want. My good friend Nellie, who only wants what's best for me.
Dean,
Did you ever tell me the truth?
I always told you the truth.
You said you were my friend.
And I am, which is why I'm telling you we need to go.
Why should I trust you?
Because.
Because why?
Because I threw it all away, all right? I threw it all away.
What do you...
Back there. Where you were getting medical attention, they interrogated me. I think it was probably the Coalition. Could be FBI, I don't know. Point was, I blew my cover. They were going to hurt you, maybe kill you if I didn't tell them who I worked for. So I did.
So... you're going to be in trouble?
Spoken like a true 7-year-old. Yes, Dean, I'm going to get in trouble. Keeping my employer's identity a secret was very, very important. Pretty sure I'll be fired. They'll stop paying off my loans, and I'll be responsible for the balance. Might even try me for treason, but that seems unlikely. My one hope was getting to your escape ship. I assume there's some pretty impressive tech in that thing. Maybe if NSA got here first, they'd let me keep my job. I don't know. It was an idea anyway.
What do you mean, they were going to hurt me?
You were in a hospital bed. They were messing with your equipment while I watched. They would have killed you if I hadn't have talked.
I don't remember anything.
It happened that way, trust me.
I do. It's weird, but something in your eyes makes me... I do trust you.
Then do you trust me when I say we have to get out of here?
Will the people you work for help me find my dad?
I think we can work something out, but we have to move.
You moved a little too late.
Dad!
Don't move, both of you. Sweetie, I see you reaching for that gun.
Seems only fair. You have one.
Dean, reach into Nell's jacket and remove her sidearm.
What?
You're going to remove her sidearm and throw it down at my feet.
Why are you doing this?
Move, Dean. Now.
Now, should I...
Do it.
What are you doing?
Dean, stop!
All right. You drop your gun.
Do you even know how to use that thing?
No? Which means it could go off at any second, so you'd better drop yours.
Mistake.
I mean it.
Mistake!
Dean!
Finally hit the boy in the chest. Will he die now?
Why did you do that? He's just a kid.
He's an alien infection is what he is. Get away from him, Nellie.
No.
Eleanor, put that gun down.
I'm a little more proficient with it than Dean is. I'd advise you to put down your gun.
Oh, what have you gotten yourself into, little girl?
I could ask you the same question. What happened to you?
Oh, got my eyes opened. Old Harry down at the Busy Bee, you know, the one that was always going on about aliens. He found out about the Undermill. He showed me what was happening to the country.
Dad!
So I went down there, and I saw for myself. Oh, they caught us, of course, and old Harry got taken away. Still don't know what happened to him. But Harry was dumb. Me, I was smart.
If this is more of your jingoistic nonsense.
Make friends, that's the key. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Even if they were freaky alien scumbags.
What have you done, Dad? Who do you work for?
I work with whoever I want. Draconians, Bajorians, even the feds if I have to. That's the real enemy. Our own so-called government.
Dad, you can't
With
just...
alien help, we can clean them out. And clean out the aliens. Then we'll be okay.
You sound insane.
Oh, so did Thomas Jefferson. Put down the gun. You hear them sleds? Those are the fuzzies. They're coming for you and your friend here.
You mean the Sasquatches?
Of course.
Why would they come for us? They just let us go an hour ago.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't know a damn thing. The alien politics, it's nothing but knots upon knots. Ones would let you go. They weren't the fuzzies. The fuzzies, they want that ship there. They want the ship so that they don't have to work for the Greys no more. The Greys don't want them to have it so they can keep the fuzzies in bondage and so on and so on. You can't understand all this mess. Just keep your head down and look out for number 1.
Why Dean?
Why did I kill him, you mean? That's simple. He was nosing around with my little girl. Didn't want you to get your head turned.
What?
Him and his father, they're just a couple of spineless bureaucrats. You don't want to get messed up with them.
Come on, Dean. Stay with me.
He ain't dead yet?
I'm getting him on that ship.
Oh, no, you're not. Don't be stupid.
Come on, Dean. Move your feet.
Nell, come on. Leave him be.
No, I'm getting him on that ship.
Nell, you don't understand.
I'm his friend, all right? If we can get him home, he can get help.
That ship is not leaving.
Dad, put down the gun.
It's not leaving.
Dad! You shot me.
Now, you have to... Oh! Ah! You can't. I'm your father.
Dean?
Hurts.
I know, kiddo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed you.
Are you okay?
No, I'm bleeding pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Your dad.
Over there. He won't bother us anymore. Now that it doesn't matter, he won't bother us.
Stasis.
What?
The ship. Trip's long. We go into stasis pods. It's what do you call it? Suspended animation. It'll buy us time.
What do you mean?
Get to the ship. Flying's all automatic. Just one button. We get into the pods. We get back home. The doctors can fix you up. Fix me.
Go with you?
Right. Come with me. Nell.
I'm not.
I'm dying. Nell. Your dad finally did it. You gotta get me home.
Ah, you're awake.
Where am I?
You're in hospital. Your wounds were quite severe.
Is this Icebox?
Traveling in stasis leads to some temporary memory loss. It's nothing to worry about. That fuzzy feeling in your mind will clear shortly.
What?
Exactly. Drink this. It will help. Better?
I guess. Do I know you?
No, dear. I'm a nurse in a hospital where you were taken after your ship landed. You've had a rough couple of days. Your husband fared much better. He's nearly recovered and he's here. He'll help you understand.
Wait a minute, my what?
I'll just run and fetch him. Lay still now.
Wait, I don't have a... What the actual hell?
Oh, you're awake.
She needs calm and rest.
I know.
I know you've been very worried, but please.
We'll be calm, I promise. May we have some privacy, please?
All right, but remember what I said.
Thank you.
I'll be right outside.
Hi.
Hi.
You don't remember me, do you?
No, I do. I do. I know that I know you. It's just...
It's Dean.
Dean. Yeah, that's it.
Flying in stasis makes everything fuzzy. You're going to forget the stupidest stuff, but it'll all come back, I promise.
Dean, we're friends.
Yeah. Well...
We were... There's trouble back on Earth?
Right again.
Okay.
It's starting to come back, isn't it?
Yeah. My father...
Maybe we shouldn't start with that.
No, it's important. My father... he did something?
Wouldn't you like to know where you are?
Yes, please.
You're on my homeworld. The Cleed homeworld.
Cleed.
We had to travel here after there was trouble on Earth. Both of us were hurt. We got into a ship, got into the stasis pods, and flew here. They fixed me up right away, but they had to fly specialists in for you. Your physiology is a little unique to these people.
We got hurt?
Yeah, badly. I didn't think you'd make it.
My father shot you.
Well, let's not worry about
No, we have to go...
Nell, calm down.
We have to go back.
Nell.
I shot my father. He's... I don't know.
We had to get away. You had to shoot him, remember? He was trying to kill us. Would have succeeded, too.
You're an alien.
Well, not at present. You're the alien now.
Oh gosh, you're right.
It's coming back to you, isn't it? Look, we have a lot to talk about. And I know I didn't have the right to do it, but you were dying. I had to do something, and I was pretty sure the doctors here would be able to help you. And I was right. You're all fixed up? Well, maybe you need more bed rest and stuff, but basically, everything's okay now. We're safe.
I have to go back.
Sure. I mean, eventually you'll...
No, I mean, I have to go back as soon as possible. I have responsibilities, Dean. I work. I had a job.
The NSA?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. I have to go back and report.
Obviously, that will be necessary at some point.
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, just now. The way you said at some point made me think there was something you're keeping from me. Dean?
Do you really want to go back to that mess?
I don't have a choice.
Consider this. Your whole presence threw everything for a loop back there. The coalition is falling apart. The FBI is fighting to keep all the other agencies out. Your dad was actually part of an anti-alien group. There's a handful of people, ex-FBI, most of them, who want us off the planet. I wish I could say that was going to happen, but I doubt it. Too much money at stake.
Well, all the more reason for me to go back.
Nell, you can't.
I have to.
Please, stay here for me.
I wish I could, but I...
You're going to.
I said I wish I could, but I can't.
No, you're going to.
What are you saying?
You remember we talked about my father? My family?
Some of it's coming back, yes.
You remember why I had to stay close to my father? Why I was on Earth to begin with?
Sure.
He's gone, Nell. I don't know where he is. Stuck back on Earth, I assume. Do you remember why I needed to be close to my father?
I think so. Something to do with your species?
Right. I'm coming of age. I'm coming of age without my father around. It's a death sentence on this planet. I'll become a pariah. People will look at me like I'm a waste of space.
Well, all the more reason for us to go back and get him.
My father is probably dead, or in prison. Going back would be pointless. But there is one way.
What?
If I already had a mate, if I was already paired with someone, it would be easier. Not perfect, you understand. There are conservative groups on Cleed, just like anywhere, who don't like mixed marriages, but it would be better. I'd just be a weirdo who fell in love with an alien, not Infante.
Infante?
It's what they call us. People who can't mate.
What are you saying, Dean?
I need you to pretend with me. I need you to pretend that we're mated.
What?
I told everyone we were mated. It's not common, interspecies relationships like this, but it's not unheard of.
Dean, I need to go back.
That's impossible. At least for right now. I just need you to pretend. For me.
But we can get back eventually, right?
I hope so. Yes. Will you do this? Will you do this for me?
I think the answer to that is complicated. But I won't say no. At least not right this second.
Okay, then. Come on, honey. Let's go meet your mother-in-law.
This concludes this Danger North saga. Watch iceboxradio.org and our social media for information on coming attractions from the Icebox Radio Theater.